My fish fam, it's Nikachu Merfolk Master. Today we're playing Pioneer Merfolk. We're not playing with just regular cards. We're going to play with Collected Company, a card people are always like, Nikachu, why don't you play Collected Company? You can put two creatures in play at once. And I'm like, that's not very important. But maybe it is now. And I'll explain completely why. If you want to see the entire deck, let me show you a little bit up here. MTG has a new update that doesn't let me show you the entire deck at once. This is the smallest I can make it, people. It goes bigger, but it doesn't get smaller. So one thing, there's no frog effect in here. I don't have Unable to Scream. I'm gonna really try to lean on things like Flood Pit's Drowner and Brazen Borrower for the most part. I'm gonna lean a little bit harder on those cards. The frog effects technically have gotten a little bit weaker, like a little bit weaker. It's not as good as it used to be versus like the Phoenix decks because they don't play with Ledger Shredder, and I don't think it's particularly good versus say Selesnya Company or say Grease Fang and so on. So I'm gonna lean a little bit more on like Brazen Borrower, Flood Pit's Drowner, and ideally post board Vidalian Mindsinger and Tidebinder Mage. Let me explain. So I have had some experience with Collected Company in the past, and for the most part, my conclusion is that it's not useful or it's not mandatory or necessary versus basically any deck except one. The Prowess decks. And by the way, Prowess is one of the most popular decks in the metagame, and you would have to be really lucky to completely dodge all of them. So I found that actually Collected Company was very good versus the Prowess decks because it helps you dig to cards like Vidalian Mindsinger, a 3-mana 2/2, and when it enters the battlefield, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it for each time it was kicked, as if you need to kick it. And then when it enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature with power less than Vidalian Mindsinger's power for as long as you control Vidalian Mindsinger. That's really important. So if the Prowess player is tapped out, you go Coco or Mindsinger and steal their, what's it called? You steal their Slick Shot Showdown. Steal any of their one toughness creatures. If you have Hexcatcher out, then it's a 3/3. You can start stealing two power creatures. So it's a huge. It really changes the game. You can really flip things around when you can either Coco a Mindsinger in play or not. On top of that, Tidebinder Mage. And what I really like about this configuration is these are all between Tidebinder Mage that taps down red or green creatures, Vidalian Mindsinger, Flood Pit's Drowner. These are all cards that I want to play pre-combat. Because, you know, if you play with like Harbinger of the Tides, that's like Harbinger bounces tapped creatures. It always, like, Coco always had this bad synergy with Harbinger and playing with cards like Trickster or Tidebinder Mage, because do I Coco pre-combat? Do I Coco post-combat? So now we always basically Coco pre-combat, or even Coco on your own turn. Anyway, that's the more or less a long story short. Brazen Borrower is a very nice, fine card, and the increase in 3 drops in your deck makes Collected Company better in some sense. I like Brazen Borrower because the Petty Theft is very, very good. It's very, very good. I think in the world of Transmogrify and Grease Fang and the fact that it's just a decent flash flyer. The evasion, we don't have a whole lot of evasion in this deck, right? So between Smuggler's Copter and Brazen Bar, we can actually get in more damage evasively. You might notice I have 3 Smuggler's Copter, 3 Deeproot Pilgrimage, because I need to have 27. Like, your sweet spot really is 28 creatures in a Coco deck. I'm playing with 27, so I'm a little bit greedy on that side, but I think it's going to be okay. All right, I haven't playtested this at all. Let's throw it into a Pioneer League. So did we win the die? We lost the die roll, and we have no lands, so we got a mulligan this hand. We have lands. We're going to keep this. Looks like a strong hand. The only awkward thing is our mana, because we have like basically a nut hand. This is like a perfect 7-card hand if we're allowed to keep it. But we got the Deeproot Pilgrimage, Cenote Scout, and a Smuggler's Copter. But these lands do not cooperate because I need a blue source for the Deeproot Pilgrimage. So I can't play this. I need to go Cavernous Soul, Cenote Scout, then Copter, then Pilgrimage. Oh, but that Mutavault is so juicy. What do I do here? Dump the Mutavault? Mutavault is very good with Pilgrimage, though. I could get rid of the Sentinel of the Nameless City, but maybe I need that card. Maybe we need that card. I like I like this hand too much. I'm going to get rid of Sentinel. It's I don't know if that's the right or wrong move. On the draw, maybe it's right. Ooh, we're up against the rogue deck. So a good thing about rogues is that we have our own rogues now in the form of what's it called? Brazen Bar. We got some Brazen Bars in this deck. Okay, let's get our Cenote Scout in play. Collected Company. We will put in our graveyard. Yeah, let's keep that card. We've got 3 lands in our hand. We're going to curve out. We're going to go turn 2 Copter, turn 3 Cenote Scout, Deeproot Pilgrimage. Okay, well, not anymore. Okay, I thought we were going to curve out. Our opponent had other plans, though. They took my Deeproot Pilgrimage. How dare you? That's right, you attack for 1. No ninjutsu here. Now, I'm not super familiar with what's going on in the these rogue decks, so is it worth it to attack? I think so. I mean, I don't know how much removal they have. I could be just playing completely backwards and wrong. Played against like rogues twice in my life. I lost badly both times. I lost badly. Horribly, horribly, horrible. Mockingbird to copy the Fairy Miscreant, which draws another card. That's good. That's really good tech. I saw that in their list. I'm very envious of them. It's really cool. Still 1/1 dinks, but hey, 1/1 dinks with cantrip. Can't go wrong there. It's good stuff. I have 2 mana up. But I've got a Tishana's Tidebinder up. Okay. Well, we might as well start grind. Oh, I need the green source for Collected Company. Okay, so we're going to play the branch channel pathway side, and I guess we're just going to crew. Now, I don't know the rules well enough. Can I ninjutsu something from this Tishana's Tidebinder? Okay, so Flood Pit Strap. Oh, you're going to use my own Merfolk against me, are you? How rude. Anyway, not today. I don't know if this is the best use of my Tishana's Tidebinder, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. We found our 4th land, which is going to be important for our Collected Company next turn. Now, they do have some counter spells. I mean, I don't know if every deck is like this, but they have the, what's called the Drowner card. Drown in the Lock. It's a good card, but I guess I only have 4 cards in my 2 cards in my graveyard, so they can't make use of that yet. Ha! You don't even have abilities anymore. Pathetic. Okay, they found a Thoughtseize on top of their library. Not very good. They're gonna keep it. They're keeping the Thoughtseize. It's pretty wild. I'm assuming. Okay, hold on. I'm assuming that we're gonna get hit by a ninjutsu here, but I don't. Okay, well, this is 6. That's a lot of damage. Okay, well, I'm gonna take 6 because I'd rather attack back for more. Oh, no ninjutsu. And we draw Mutavaults, which is also nice. All right, let's just go Mutavault. Let's try to play our Collected Company right now. Oh, it just resolves. Okay, we get our own Kumena, Tyrant of Razka, and we can get a Flood Pit's Drowner. I think that seems okay. Got 5 mana worth of cards and 2 cards in 1. Let's put this Flood Pit's Drowner on this Siren Storm Tamer. And then I guess let's crew with Tishana's Tidebinder. Oh no, hold on, cancel. What am I doing? Crew with Flood Pit's Drowner. Let's get in for a big chunk of damage. We can attack for 8 here. Spare no expense. Now they're going to draw a Thoughtseize soon. Okay, that's fine. Attack for 5. Their attacks are not good next turn. Anyway, we got... You want to Thoughtseize this thing? You want to take another 2 damage? Ooh, gonna draw a bunch of cards. This is a new kitty. So, Enduring Curiosity. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. That was not necessary. Well, I guess I'm tapped out, so it doesn't matter. Then if it dies, if it was a creature, returns to the battlefield under its owner's control as an enchantment. Can I just go wide here? I have so many creatures. So you block 2. So you block my largest 2. I'm getting in for 8. That sounds like lethal to me, in my opinion. In my opinion. Let's just go in for the kill here. Attacked with 1 too many creatures. Oh yeah, Vigilance. Vigilance from the Flood Pit's Drowner. That all worked out. I don't know if this is that good of a matchup, but we do have cards here. We do have some very nice cards. Oh my god, everything is so enormous. Okay, thank god this can get smaller. Too big! Everything's too big. Okay, Vidalian Mindsinger can snap up them one drops. I hope. I hope that's good value. It might not. Do I want to bring in Mystical Dispute? What am I taking out here? I'm going to keep all the 1-drops. Keep in Copter. Keep in Pilgrimage. Keep in Flood Pit's Drowner. What am I taking out? I gotta take out something. Chimera looks clunky. Let's bring in some Vidalian Mind. I don't even know if Mindsinger is even good in this matchup. Maybe it's not. Sentinel seems okay. Like, you can't get hit easily by Fatal Push. Is that it? That's all I'm going to do. I want to say we should have Mystical Dispute in this deck somewhere, but I just don't know what to take out. So probably I'm just going to take out nothing. Probably. Maybe Brazen Bar is not good for the reason that it has 1 toughness, so I'm not exactly attacking into anything very well. So I guess we'll just replace that with a Mindsinger. But I will still keep some Brazen Bars because we can Petty Theft. Still a card. Even though I don't know if I want to bounce any of their stuff. Maybe I want to bounce a ninjutsu creature. You know, like they attack, they played ninjutsu, the activated ability of ninjutsu. That could be better, but we'll keep it. Not going to mulligan versus a Thoughtseize deck. Mockingbird for nothing. To enable ninjutsu, probably. Botanical Sanctum Pass. So they have this new ability. If you just hover your mouse over the card, it shows the card now. What do I even need this card viewer thing for? Thoughtseize. That's why I didn't mulligan. Makes all your, like, I don't really want to keep a no 1-drop hand versus an aggro, like somewhat aggro deck, but like I don't really have a choice here. Every 1 damage matters. Ooh, Copter. So this could represent Fatal Push or Mystical Dispute. Drawing Copter here is great. Because it doesn't get hit by either of those 2 cards. It gets hit by Spell Pierce, but I doubt that's... I don't know, maybe they'll keep Spell Pierce postboard because of Collected Company. Spell Pierce has a few more targets than it normally would in this matchup. We've got Kaito. What does Kaito do? You get an emblem. Ninjas you control get +1/+1. That's not bad. And it's a +1? That's insane. That's absolutely insane. So how long do I want to keep that thing around for? Surveil 2. Then draw a card for each opponent who lost life this turn. Tap target creature. Put 2 stun counters on it? Kaito is insane. Kaido is bonkers. So I think, and then Jujutsu is 3. I think what I want to do is just petty theft that damn thing. Damn. I really wish I could attack with my copter this turn. I also wish I could petty theft the emblem. But they can't ninjutsu easily follow in the following turn. There is a 0% chance I'm attacking with these Mutavaults next turn. Oh, maybe there's not a 0% chance. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm not attacking with 2 Mutavaults next turn. I was just wondering, do I play this Mutavault here for the possibility of attacking with it? No, there's a 0% chance of attacking with it. Okay, I have a Brazen Bar here. I better not forget about that. Which is another reason I need to have this Tide Channel pathway instead of the green one. Okay. Or you're just actually just casting it. So now ninjas get +2/+2. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Okay, I can kill Kaito. We can take a turn off to kill Kaito here. I can play Hexcatcher, Crewcopter. Both of them attack this thing. I think killing Kaito is good. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure killing Kaito is a good thing. Man, all these future ninjas are going to be insane. Floodpit's Drowner looks really good. We'll get rid of it to Shauna's Tidebinder. Or maybe the correct move... Actually, maybe the correct move was get rid of Sentinel. I don't know. Or maybe we need something big and beefy. So this is a 4/4. Okay, goodbye, Hexcatcher. Do you have another Kaito? You gonna Kaito me again? No! Goodbye, Collected Company. Ooh, gonna get in for 4. Okay. Alright. Ooh, going to copy the Mutavaults. Very clever. Clever opponent. Making the best of what you got around here. And my Sentinel is not quite big enough to deal with this stuff. So you're going to attack me for 4. And I've got to be on my toes. Oh, Cenote Scout is a great draw. So that's something we can play. I definitely want to have Floodpit's Drowner up. It's not bad. Okay, let's Crewcopter. I want cancel. Let's play... I think we want to play Cavern of Souls on Merfolk. And I think we want to attack with something. Let's get in for more damage. Now I'm very curious to know what the interaction is when we... Oh, we have a Hexcatcher. Do it. I'll dump the Sentinel because we can get in for a huge chunk of damage on our final swing. I'm curious to know what the interaction is with Floodpit's Drowner and Mutavault because I don't know what it is. I have not a clue. I don't know what's the difference between hitting one or the other. Maybe you can bounce this Mutavault and then it becomes a Mockingbird again. So they are attacking for lethal next turn, which shouldn't be a big deal because I do have a Floodpit's Drowner. Ooh, a Sentinel. Okay, can I attack? Okay, do I have lethal if I go for it? This is 3, 6, 8, 11. And I can sack a Mutavault to protect. Sounds great. It sounds like lethal. Basically only die to perhaps a... Exactly, Fatal Push. It's 11 damage. Tap 2, please. It's not enough. So now we'll activate the other Mutavault, and we shall sacrifice it. What is this thing even? Exile target creature if it has mana value 3 or less and it's got corrupted. Exile that creature instead if its controller has 3 or more poison counters. That's okay. All right, we won the match. Honestly, I've played against rogues twice. They mop me up super hard. I think, honestly, I do think they are the better Merfolk deck one-on-one because they have a lot of natural evasion and their interaction is just superior to ours. I think, and like the Kaito was just absolutely nuts. It goes plus, it can attack, has +1 to give an emblem to everything. So this is the first time I beat rogues. Maybe they flooded out a little bit harder than they would have liked, but I don't actually expect this to be a very good matchup. But still, it should be playable, but hope to win the die roll. All right, that was round 1. Let's get into round 2. Here for round 2, we won the die roll, and no lander again, so we're going to mulligan. It's a hand. I'm going to keep it. Not in love with this hand, but I'm going to keep it. And I guess I'll just put the island back. So I want the green source for the Beseju. And I guess we're going to start this off with the Bark Channel Pathway. And then we'll follow it up with Cavernous Souls, Merfolk, and pass. This is such a minute thing. Like, I have no idea if I'm ever going to really use this Beseju. Llanowar Elves. All right, this looks like it's going to be a terrible, terrible matchup. Selesnya Company. More Hexcatchers. Hexcatcher is this type of card. You sort of only want to see 1. 2 is like okay, but you still only really want to see 1. And now we've got 3 is never good. Never. I don't know. There's very rare moments where 3 is good, unless you have like a bunch of creatures on the battlefield, like on a completely undeveloped board. What is this? Obviously, some sort of flash spell threat. Did I screw up? Oh, I forgot about this card, the Aven Interrupter. So I guess what, I have to play my Hexcatcher on their turn, or maybe I just had to just hard cast Hexcatcher. So I believe it exiles, and then I can pay 2 more. Something like that. What does this do? Exile target spell. It becomes plotted. Spells your opponents cast from graveyards or from exile cost 2 more. This is like basically the modern day Death and Taxes. Ooh, a Smuggler's Copter. I really don't want my opponent, though, to get Collected Company online. Well, this is going to be like a really, really terrible, terrible matchup. How to go about this terrible matchup? All right, well, let's just start by curving out. This is the type of matchup where I think playing with Collected Company is going to be a benefit over my traditional type of deck. Because I think, like, my traditional deck just is not going to be able to outmuscle this thing. Elvish Mystic. Okay, it hit for 2. I guess there's another Aven Interrupter or something in their hand. Just fine. Ooh, Tashanda's Tidebinder. Alright, I go in for the attack. Let's attack. I'm probably going to do nothing. I'm just going to pass. Accumulate the map tokens. So I don't know if I want to use Tashanda's Tidebinder or Hexcatcher yet. Although it'd be nice to map and keep curving out. Do I need Tashanda's Tidebinder? What are they going to play at Flash Speed? Just the Aven Interrupter, right? I think just Aven Interrupter. They think they're ahead. Or maybe they're flooded out? Like, I can't explain this. Okay, they attack for 2, which is fine. This game probably looks pretty different if I had a 1-drop. And then I would have probably played Hexcatcher on my turn and didn't run into the stupid Aven Interrupter. Thalia. Okay. Well timed, Thalia. Well timed. Okay, I'm still going to attack for 3. Now, if there's an Aven Interrupter, I mean, there's not going to be any blowout or anything like that. Again, Joe, for 4 damage, huh? So, oh, that's awkward. Oh no, I can Tashawn's Tidebinder this. That is an activated ability. I was thinking even if I Hexcatcher to make it a 4/5, Thalia has first strike, so it would just kill off my Sentinel anyway for nothing. And we got to develop our board a little bit. Would like to draw some lands though. Certainly would like that. That'd be fantastic, deck. Any moment now, please. Any moment, please. That's the defining thing between myself and my opponent at the moment. This is the +1 plus sacrifice to desert creatures you control. Get +1/+1, but activate only as a sorcery. That's fine. Can only play 1 spell a turn. Well, joke's on you. I can't even play 2 spells in a turn, even if I wanted to. Even if I wanted to. So this is... But you can play 2 spells. Okay, we're going to play Breeding Pool. We're going to shock. Oh, I can't. Did I just pay 2 life for nothing? Plays Breeding Pool. I don't know if I just took 2 damage. I gotta look at the replay. Did I take 2 damage? I tried to take 2 damage. How much have I been attacked for? Attacked me for 1, 2, 3... 3 times? I think I shocked myself for nothing. Why did they even give me the option? Okay, I don't know exactly what happened though. Let's buff up our Sentinel. Okay, that's good. We'll play this on the blue side. Oh, sorry, I already played my land for the turn. Okay, I'm just only going to attack with Sentinel. Tasha's Tidebinder is sort of roadblocked by the Thalia at the moment. There's no guarantee that this... Like, I don't know. Like, they could... I have a feeling they have Aven Interrupters in their hand. Like, they're patient. They're playing very patiently with this much mana. They're playing very patiently with their mana. Super patient. Thank God for the Sentinel, so they can't attack easily with like Thalia on the battlefield. We do have to be worried. Once we get to 6 life, they can kill us with the flyers because of the Chef at Dunes. Skyclave is nasty, but resolves. They still have 3 mana up, but I have to start casting stuff. Oh no, it doesn't matter. They already played their 1 spell a turn. Or is it only for opponents? No, only each player. Ha! Affects you! These collected companies look really bad right now. I think this Thalia and this stupid thing, this line comes to play tapped. And my opponent's threatening to go wide soon-ish. I think I have to pump the brakes. That's what I'm looking. That's what it looks like. I think I have to pump the brakes. Otawara. That's very nice. Not useful to me right now. Okay, we're going to play a copter. Hopefully it doesn't get hit by a Aven Interrupter. Opponent's thinking about it. Yeah, it looks like they had that the entire game. There's just nothing I can do about it. And so what? They have 9 flying in the air. It looks like I die on my turn. To be honest, I'm really surprised this was a game at all, that they're at like 2 life, because their hand was superior to ours. They like hit us with Aven Interrupter really, really early. They had more mana than us the entire time. They were able to use their spells more often than we did. So I'm pretty impressed with how this, how much closer this is than how much closer this game was. That being said, we were on the play. So even though we wasted our first turn, we were on the play. All right. I think we want the Vidalian Mind Singer. I don't know. They have a bunch of 2-drops in their deck. I do want the Tidebinder Mage, if nothing, to just hit the Mana Dorks. Cards I don't want. I don't think Cometa might be good. Collected Company, I would like to think is good. There's a lot of cards in here. I'd like to think they're good. Maybe they're not, though. Tishane's Tidebinder looks good in theory. Maybe I'm overrating Tidebinder Mage. It only hits the... It might be good on the play and definitely not good on the draw. But if I don't hit... Well, let's see. What else do they have in their deck, though? I think it's just mostly white creatures. Maybe this doesn't... Am I going to steal as many things as I think I'm going to? Enters, gain control of something. But I really need Hexcatcher in play to make it useful. Maybe I'm overrating this card too. Do I do anything? Oh, I like Kumena because unblockable damage. I like Sentinel because it's a creature on the ground that can block a lot of our opponent's stuff. I mean, I really like all these cards. Brazen Borrower might be iffy. I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send it back. If I analyze the lists better, maybe I can bring in Mind Singer and take out, say, Tishane's Tidebinder or Brazen Borrower. If I analyze the lists better, which I have not. Our opponent's really tanking on their sideboard decisions, it would appear. Okay, I would like to go first. Can I not keep like a 7-card hand? This is like sort of appealing. If I had like one more creature in this hand, I'd probably keep it. Because I'll play Cometa Speaker turn 1, and I'll like definitely be able to curve out with it. With Deeproot Pilgrimage turn 2. Okay, we're done. I'll just play Cometa. I'm going to start off with Cometa Speaker, and the reason you start off with Cometa Speaker is that you want to guarantee the 2 damage that you're going to deal next turn. If you play Cenote Scout on turn 1, you may not deal 2 damage next turn. We don't have a 2-drop in our hand, but when we play Cenote Scout next turn, that's basically going to be our 2-drop. We're setting ourselves up for a Tishane's Tidebinder. Okay, they have nothing to do on turn 1. That's great. Oh, Oh, that changes things. All right, so yeah, we'll go Island, Copter. That's nice. Get underneath Thalia. Attack for 2. Voice of Resurgence. I sort of want to hold up Tishana's Tidebinder here. It's going to cost me some life, though. Otherwise, I can flood the board with Cenote Scouts. But I would really like to Tishana's Tidebinder something. I'm doing this wrong. Maybe I should play Cenote Scout to try to draw a land, and then I don't Tishana. I would really hate to get hit by Skyclave Apparition or something. But then again, if my opponent does nothing, I would hate to waste my Tishana's Tidebinder. That is the Holy Grail. Okay, that was great. That's a great draw. That changes everything I'm going to do this turn. Let's get rid of one Cenote Scout. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to do this. If I go Breeding Pool, Shock, into, for example, Deeproot Pilgrimage, Cenote Scout, make a token. Opponent goes Skyclave Apparition, Exile Copter, because that's just the biggest beating. And I can play around Skyclave Apparition with my Tishana's Tidebinder. But if my opponent goes like lands, pass, well, that's not good. Well, maybe I'm just gonna shock and pass anyway. I'm gonna lose out on like a few tokens this turn to guarantee a lot more tokens next turn. Come on, ETB Scum, Elite Spellbinder. Alright, that's something I can Tishana's Tidebinder. Also, that's something that blocks my Copter. But it's gonna lose the ability. Oh no! I forgot about that thing. Okay, that's okay. I'll tell you why that's okay. Because we were going to make 1 billion tokens with our Deeproot Pilgrimage. And it'll block that stupid elemental anyway. I haven't played against Voice of Resurgence for like, I don't know, 6 years. It's been a hot minute. Explore. Ooh, we got a Mutavault. Okay, that's good. Not that I can use this Mutavault right now. This deck plays so well at instant speed for a green-white deck. That is a great draw. Brazen Borrower's Petty Theft can answer some nonsense on the board. Okay, now while my opponent is tapped out, let's overcrew. Let's make a bunch of little stupid tokens. Make some chump blockers for the elemental. Now is that Skyclave? No, it's still Elite Spellbinder. So how is it like, it's like a Thoughtseize, but a spell can cast this way costs 2 more to cast? Can I like sink 4 mana to play Petty Theft? That'd be my only question. Okay, we'll chump block with... Do I even need to chump block? If I send everything next turn, that puts my opponent in a really bad spot. Like a really bad spot. Because these are only 1 toughness creatures. Okay, let's just be conservative, I guess. We'll be safe with our life total around here. Another copter. Probably I want to play that copter. So we're going to trade with this Spellbinder. Is it for as long as the Spellbinder is here? Look at target opponent's hand. For as long as that card remains exiled, its owner may play it. A spell to cast this way costs 2 more to cast. Oh. So hold on. Can I just bounce this thing? Can't I just bounce the Spellbinder? And then just put my opponent in the exact same spot they were at last turn? Yes, and now I'll attack with my tokens as well. They'll push like an extra 1 damage. And again, we'll overcrew the copter. There's a world where maybe I'm being a little too careful and I'm just supposed to send everything before my opponent finds like a Skyclave Apparition or the 4th land to play Collected Company into a bunch of nonsense. And I would be happier to have like this Voice of Resurgence off the board. But the problem is like this 3/1 can block like any of my larger creatures, and I'm not really thrilled about that either. But maybe the exchange is better than I think. Portable hole. Probably to eat up my copter. Yep. I think a good draw next turn will just be a land, so I can play copter and Brazen Bar on the same turn. Elvish Mystic. Into another elf, sure. I'm like 99% certain that they have like a Collected Company in their hand. Oh, that was a great draw. Okay, so if I just send everything, what happens? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I have the Mutavault, so I can actually... I have lethal here. That's not the draw I was hoping for, but I'm happy that it's lethal. Yeah, you think these blocks matter. They don't. It's an illusion. Okay, do I want to do anything else on the draw? Oh. Mindsinger, Mindsinger. What can you do, What can you do for me, Mindsinger? Powerless. It's sad that it's powerless. Why can't it just be power less than or equal to the power of Mindsinger? Why do I have to be more powerful? Yeah, I guess we're just gonna submit this. Did I see any other green creatures? I don't think so. It's just Llanowar Elves. And this is where we are totally screwed. Totally screwed if they go like turn 1 Mana Dork. That's when they just have their absolute best hands. And we are completely on the back foot. But I'm sort of happy how close these games are. I do think we are disadvantaged in this matchup. But that's part of the reason we're going Coco. Maybe even versus Selesnya Company, the frog effects like Unable to Scream are better here. Just so that I have something on turn 1 to deal with their Mana Dork, even though later on in the game they might be able to deal with it. It's not clear to me that Collected Company is actually good in this matchup. This is one of our better hands today. We can go turn 1 Cenote Scout and even go Flood Pits Drowner on the following turn. Go Kumena into Collected Company. There go Llanowar Elves. Cavern of Souls. Let's not take any damage for no reason. Cenote Scout. You got 1-drop? I got a 1-drop. So at least I'm putting some pressure on the battlefield. Got another Mutavault. Oh, 1/1 creature on the battlefield. Very sad, but we can curve into Collected Company now. That's the plus side to all this, I guess. Enduring Innocence. I don't know what this is. It's a 3-mana 2/1 with lifelink. Whenever one or more other creatures you control with power 2 or less enter, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Whenever Enduring Innocence dies, if it was a creature, returns to the battlefield under its owner's control. It's an enchantment. Well, that's not good. So you're a card drawing machine is what you're telling me. So far, my plan is to Flood Pits Drowner this Llanowar Elves. I'm just wondering if I should get in some damage here. Maybe I don't know if I'm supposed to get in damage or not. I don't know if I want this on the battlefield as an enchantment is the problem. I don't know. Do I want this thing on the battlefield as an enchantment? Okay, so we're going to upkeep, attempt to Flood Pits Drowner this Llanowar Elves. They might hit us with that counter spell. That's a risk I'm willing to take. Because they could just play their 3-drop anyway, if they have a land in hand. They're thinking about countering it. Damn it. Okay, good. Okay, hit your Llanowar Elves. Screw your Llanowar Elves. It's how powerful Llanowar Elves is in Pioneer. This deck basically splashes green for Llanowar Elves and works out perfectly. You can do something. Werefox Bodyguard also has flash. Enters exile up to one other target non-fox creature until Werefox Bodyguard leaves the battlefield. Sacrifice it, you gain 2 life. Okay. So what, you're gonna get rid of my Flood Pits Drowner? Is that the plan here? And this is like the main reason this matchup is so damn hard. It's because of like all these types of effects. I mean, that's a beating. Oh, they don't have another land for the turn. Interesting, interesting. Gain a little bit of life here. Or do they have a land? They just wait to their second main phase? Okay, they do have a land. I think I'm just going to go Kumena Pass. And hope it's still on the battlefield by next turn. I got a blocker. I mean, this is partially the point of these 4 toughness creatures, so that they are decent blockers against random aggro attackers. So they don't look completely embarrassing. Now, one thing that will screw up my plan is if they play that Aven, maybe not Aven, the 2/3 flyer that says non-basic lands enter the battlefield tapped and players can only play 1 spell a turn. That could be a little bit of a problem because I only have non-basic lands in my hand. That card seems so good in this deck and in this format. Wow. 1 spell a turn. Screws over like the combo decks. Screws over Phoenix. You can get that out on turn 2. That's amazing. Well, opponent's starting to think really hard about this, so that's good news. It's good news for us. That's another thing. The frog effects are not very good versus this. It's just absolutely terrible. Elite Spellbinder. That's rude. So what? It's going to hit my Collected Company. Wonder what I'm going to do next turn. I think I might go Copter. They're definitely going to take my Coco. There's like no reason to take either of these 2 cards. Yeah. So what do we need to get to? We need to get to 6 mana now. All right. Well, we got 2 more lands in our hand. It's possible. It can be done. Oh, I drew a Kamena Speaker. I guess that's good. I can play Copter. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. Cancel. Well, it doesn't matter. They're going to have perfect information about my hand, so we'll just go Copter and Kamena Speaker. And I'll play Breeding Pool and play Tapped. I think I'm just going to start drawing cards. If I get the option. Maybe we can draw into a Deep Root Pilgrimage and then just go completely crazy. So what's the situation here? Now they finally have 4 mana. They can go and they can maybe go play Coco themselves. Whenever a creature with power 2 or less. It's funny, this was not power 2 or less. No! Oh, you can't hit my Smuggler's Copter. Oh, sorry, you can't hit my Kamena. You can hit the Smuggler's Copter, fine. And they know about my Tashanda's Tidebinder, unfortunately. But maybe it'll be okay. Maybe everything will be fine. But I'm going to get hit for 3 for quite a few turns with this Elite Spellbinder, which is not fine. So I have about 5 turns to get something going. Okay, that's telegraphing Collected Company in my opinion. Iganjo is like a pretty good card, in my opinion. I don't know why... Oh, Werefox. Why not just do this on your turn? Changes nothing. Anyway, they wait. Well, this is not that good. Okay, so we're going to play our Mutavault. Collected Company is coming. It's coming, everyone. It's coming. It's on the way. And I guess we're just going to pass. Fortunately, the board is a little gummed up. They've got no incentive to attack with their Werefox bodyguards. I still don't understand what was the point of playing that Iganjo. Like, that's a good It's like a removal spell for crying out loud. Alright, their hand is loaded. They just shock themselves with Temple Garden. Attacking for 1, sure. And they know about my Tishana's Tiebinder, so there's not really anything I can do about it. I can't get my opponent. Planar Wells are all cantrips. Very cute. Could like that last turn. Sentinel. Okay, now I've got my own collected company online. Potentially. Probably it's going to get eaten up by, I don't know, that counterspell thing. Yeah, they're holding it up. They're holding it up. I have no choice, though. I have to play Coco. How much interaction do they have? They badly want to hold up 5 mana for some reason. I don't know what the reason for it is, but they want 5 mana up. They shocked themselves for that Temple Garden. They definitely have something insane in hand. Whoa. Okay, first off, I am blown away that this collected company resolves. Second, blown away, I draw nothing. I draw absolutely nothing. Oh, you know what? I just realized maybe it's good to have the Mind Singers in the deck just to steal my opponent's Llanowar Elves. That's probably a pretty good beating. I brick. Look at that. Almost the debut. Not that we had one collected company that was good earlier, and this one just completely whiffed. But up to 2, no. I put nothing in play. How disappointing. I was not expecting that thing to resolve. Floodpit's Drowner is fine, I guess. Oh, there's still Chef at Dunes here. Oh no. Chef at Dunes. What is going on here? Anyway, we are very close to lost. Pretty close. They have their own collected company. Oh, I see. They wanted our Coco to resolve first so they could play their Coco. And maybe we could win if we got 2 cards and they whiffed. That'd been great. Okay, so here's the deal. I can counter one of these things. Okay, let's counter something. Ugh, everything loses. Because if I counter this, they can just go wide on their turn. Everything I do pretty much loses at this point. I don't have a good route to victory. Ha! You're turned off now. Now they go Chef at Dunes for victory. Oh, they got another one. That's why there's 2 triggers on the stack. I thought it was 2 triggers because there's just 2 creatures that triggered. So what are my blocks? Chump. I'm pretty sure we're just lost here. We can block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, let's just make the blocks. Block. Let's block this thing. Oh, maybe this should block here. This one should block here. And I'm dead, right? Yeah, I'm just super more than dead. Alright, good games. Well, anyway, result is what I expected. Although, I have to admit, the gameplay was a lot tighter than I thought it was going to be. It was a lot tighter. It's even maybe possible maybe possible, unable to scream is better than I think in this matchup instead of Collected Company. 'Cause I was thinking Collected Company, the whole point of playing the Collected Company in this deck makes it worthwhile to play Coco, so I can like outnumber, if our opponent steals our creatures with say Werefox or Skyclave Apparition, we can make a comeback. And maybe that's still true. And also probably Vidalian Mindsinger is good in the matchup no matter what, just to steal, at the very least, steal the Llanowar Elves. I didn't think about that. That sounds like a great thing to do. I love the sound of that. And they would have to get rid of the Mindsinger in order to get it back. I love that. I love that plan. I'll keep that in mind for the future. Flood Pit's Drowner, I think, did its job. It slowed the opponent down when we needed it to. Oh, anyway, that was round 2. Let's get into round 3. Here for round 3 on the play, we can keep this hand. We're going to keep, our opponent shows Yorion, which could mean many things. We'll just start the turn off with a Breeding Pool. Coming to play tapped, and figure it out from there. Boseiju, who endures, a Boreal Grazer. Still not sure what this means. Conduit, Enter Surveil, at 1 mana of any color. Clifftop Lookout. Enters, reveal cards on the top of your library until you reveal a land card. Put that card onto the battlefield tapped and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. What the hell is this deck? Well, I guess we can start with Copter. Everything has reach. Looking to screw that green-white company deck. What is this? It's a well, anyway, I can't do anything about it. It's a green fungus. That's a 1/2. Choose one. Destroy target artifact. Destroy target enchantment. Draw a card. Then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Oh, this deck is a bit mana screwed right now, is what I'm gathering. Is this like a combo deck or something? Okay, so I'm just going to empty my hand to be mana efficient. Because on the following turn, on the following turn, I can play the 4th land and I can play Flood Pit's Drowner and Hexcatcher, or play Collected Company, and I'll take my choice. Draw a card. Ooh, Mutavault's better than Otawara, I think. I don't know what this deck is. Does this have reach? No. They missed their land drop. It looks like it's a mana-hungry deck. It's like, put land onto the battlefield, put land onto the battlefield, put land onto the battlefield. So their hand didn't really do very well. Oh, they don't like my Copter, do they? They don't like that Copter, do they? Another Otawara. I'm just wondering, if I attack with my Kamena and they block, then I have to play Hexcatcher. If I play Hexcatcher, then I have to play Flood Pit's Drowner. If I have to play Flood Pit's Drowner, then I should just play Flood Pit's Drowner right now. There's no reason to wait. And then next turn we can play Collected Company. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this deck is, to be honest. Okay. Paw patch formation. Choose one. Draw a card, create a food token. Sure. Have a food. Oh, they got a land. They got a land. Got a goose. Goose online. Tried to ramp so hard. A got a Brazen Borrower. Damn. They have 2 food tokens, unfortunately. Go ham, I guess. Okay, let's see what they're ramping into. Alternatively, maybe I should have played my Otawara and like I'm keeping the Otawara in my hand to bounce something, but actually that makes no sense. I should play Otawara and give myself the option to like Brazen Borrower, Petty Theft, and then recast Brazen Borrower later. Everything can block flyers, which is hilarious. This deck can block flyers like crazy. Okay, another Arboreal Grazer. Sure. What is this now? When it enters, return a land you control to its owner's hand. Hold on. When it enters, return a land you control to its owner's hand. If another desert was returned this way. Desert? Oh, it adds double colorless. What is my opponent ramping into? Hopefully I can just beat this. I don't know what this is. I don't know what I'm up against here. I am scared. I am very scared. Frog or Dreadmaw Enhancer. 3/4 reach enters, tap up to 1 target creature and put 3 stun counters on it. If you control that creature, draw 2 cards. Okay. Interesting. So you can hit my Kamena. Sure. 3 stun counters. It's a lot of stun counters. Not gonna lie. That is a lot of stun counters. But we're gonna Collected Company at end of turn now. You know what? I should have done this in response to the trigger. Wow, these Cocos are terrible. They're just terrible. Okay, put up to 2. I mean, I know 28 is the sweet spot, but still. I'm putting... Okay. I got my 1 creature. And this thing has reach too. Is that useful for me? Probably not. Deeproot Pilgrimage. Or maybe it is. Oh, no, it is. Of course. Of course it is. I'd be crazy to say it's not useful. Okay, so you have to win with all your creatures because... And this wasn't even a Merfolk. I needed a Merfolk to draw 3 cards with my Kamena at end of turn. How do I want to deal with this? I think I want to bounce this stupid card and then start getting in for... Well, start attacking with something. So you can come back down and stun as much crap as you want if you want. Okay, so we're going to attack with freely with our Hexcatcher to make a token. Floodpit's Drowner does not tap. So we'll have 3 creatures up to draw an extra card. We have another Brazen Bar coming down soon. And I guess just pass. There's no reason to activate the Kamena Tyrant of Vraska right now. Yet. Okay, this thing comes back down. What's gonna stun now? You want to stun my Brazen Borrower. Alright, stunned. Probably for a very long time. And they resign. I don't know what this deck is. I've never seen it before. I've never heard of it before. So what did I see? I saw green creatures. Maybe Tidebinder Mage is good. I saw a lot of green creatures. A lot of them have ETBs. I could steal some of them. They all have 0 toughness. What are the green creatures they have? They had Gilded Goose. Gilded Goose is worth hitting with Tidebinder Mage. I don't know about anything else. What do I need in here? I don't even know if Hexcatcher is good. Okay, I'm going to take out some Sentinels, bring in some Tidebinder Mages. We should bring in another Tidebinder Mage, maybe take out a Brazen Borrower. The Brazen Borrower is sort of nice. Is there anything else I want to take? I have no idea if I'm supposed to take out these cards. Yeah, I'll keep everything else. And now we're going to see the full power of this deck. I don't think we saw the full power of it. We just saw a little bit of the power. They were completely mana screwed. Okay, we're going to keep this. I have no idea what this deck does. Okay, Boreal Grazer. So is this like a Karoo land for this format? Enters, return a land you control to its owner's hand if another desert. Okay, I get it. Botanical Sanctum, Kamena Speaker, pass. So this is like Amulet, basically. When it enters, search your library for a basic land card or a desert card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Gets +1/+1 for each desert you control. Okay. That's actually a good card to hit with Tidebinder Mage. Ooh, Mutavault. Okay, I'm just going to play Copter and pass. Can't attack into anything. They got Conduit Pile something. When it enters Surveil 1, you can tap for a colorless. Fortunately, oh, it just enters untapped? Yeah, enters untapped. Okay, here comes the Dreadmaw. Fortunately, they cannot hit the Copter, right? Or is it non-land permanent? Tap to one target creature, yeah. Oh, you're going to tap your own creature. Look at that. Draw 2 cards. Synergy. You don't need that card anymore. Well, we've got some Kamena speakers here. Do I just rebounce the Dreadmaw, but then it comes back? Then I have to deal with it all over again. This is a big, very beefy card. Okay, I'm going to wait to make a really big attack. We're just going to pass here. Pass with Hexcatcher, and then on the following turn, like at end of turn, I'll play Hexcatcher, then we can Petty Theft the Dreadmaw, and then just basically attack with everything. I mean, I don't know what they'll do this turn. I mean, they might have a really good turn here, too. I mean, I think we still need Hexcatcher in the deck just to push pressure, but I don't think it's very good here. Doesn't look like I can counter anything. It's just a deck of mono creatures. Mono creature ramp. Dreadmaw number 2. Want more cards? You want more cards. Alright, now I don't know what to do about either of these damn things. 3/4 Dreadmaw is very frightening, to be honest. Gilded Goose. I can beat everything except a 3/4. This is very strong. Hell, I should play this in my deck. When it enters, tap up to 1 target creature and put 3 stun counters on it. If you control that creature, draw 2 cards. That card looks awesome. Okay, I need an engine. I don't have anything for an engine. I have a Copter that cannot attack. What could I do? Can I like crew copter attack? There's just like nothing I really want to do here. Okay, we're at a stalemate. Until my opponent plays Yorion or something. And then like gets really far ahead on cards. Ooh, unable to scream. Okay. Playing my own tricks against me, I see. Now, in that case, I really want to hold up this Brazen Borrower's Petty Theft as long as I can. Try to get my opponent at the right moment. Maybe it's going to even be this turn. Nope. It's a creature. So you get a colorless, basically colorless token land. Yeah, we really need Kumena, Tyrant of Araska here. Ooh, Tidebinder Mage. Okay, that helps a little bit. But what do I want to hit now? Ugh. This is a creature, right? Yeah, they paid full retail. When it enters or attacks... Damn. So what I can do is I can Tidebinder Mage a Dreadmaw, I can Petty Theft the other one, and then swing in for 3? Which is not a lot. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, they're at the point where they can like go get Yorion and play it on the exact same turn. So Tidebinder Mage is even more useless in that situation. Thinking. Options, poor. Options, bad. Really bad. Okay, I need to force something. Like, our game is really terrible here. Like, I don't want to Petty Theft this, but... I'm not doing anything. Like, I'm literally doing nothing. And the longer we keep passing the turn, the worse it gets for us. So I at least get to attack for 3. I get to loot. Dig for hopefully something nice. It's not that great, to be honest. Well, I mean, if they recast the Dreadmaw, I guess it's good. Because then we can Flood Pits Drowner it and then attack. They didn't want to block either. I guess there's no reason to block with their Goose. Yeah, Yorion, blink everything. Including the unable to scream if they want to. So in this matchup, like, Kumena looks incredibly important. Super important. Super duper super important. Go wild, do whatever you want. Have as much fun as necessary. None of this was good. All right, we're very close to dying. So let's Flood Pits Drowner. The Yorion. Let's attack with our copter again. It's just gonna die. There's not much I can do about that one. Guess we're gonna crew with the Tidebinder Mage. And I'm just hoping to draw into something useful. Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe Deep Root Pilgrimage? No, that's not useful. That's not good. Do you want to risk blocking with your 3/4? Of course you do. Okay, I'm just going to concede here. Maybe I'll play it out for a few more turns. Like, there is a world where we top deck. I probably should have played Cavernous Souls on Bird or something. There is a world where we... not Bird, sorry, Fairy Wizard. There's a world where we draw Kumana and maybe we can come back. Assuming my opponent's hand is just full of trash. Also, it would help to know what my opponent's deck does a little bit more. 5 mana for reach. As long as you control 10 or more lands, creatures you control get +2/+2. They have a pretty chunky deck. Actually, Disdainful Stroke looks like it's worthwhile to bring in. Like, we definitely need to counter the Dread Maw. Also, that's a blue card. It's mostly green in this deck, but that is a blue one. Gilded Goose. I just won't block. Is it going to be worth that? So I can counter this. I can counter the Yorion. I can counter the Dread Maw. I think it's worth having Disdainful Stroke, but I'm not sure. Okay, what do I want to change when I'm on the play? I like Smuggler's Copter. Still like Kumena. Brazen Bar looks terrible. Or at least it looks like it's getting worse. Tashana's Tidebinder looks good. Tidebinder Mage looks fine. Okay, if I'm going to bring in Disdainful Stroke, then I have to take out Collected Company. But Collected Company looks fine too, to find like Kumena, Tyrant of Erazka. On the play, maybe I just changed nothing. What else can I find with Collected Company? I'm just trying to think like how I can play this a little bit differently. Maybe Sentinel is better than I think, because I can buff up my Copter. Okay, so let's get... The maps are important. Take out Brazen Borrower. Take out maybe one Collected Company. Okay, submit this. Buffing up our creatures is actually important. Hand is great. Unless we don't draw a third land. That's terrible. Then it will be unspeakable nonsense. Grazer. Interestingly, these 0/3s are actually valuable. Wow, it's like playing Modern. Like that's a good curve. It's a very good curve. I was thinking, do I want to block or not block? And now I think I should probably keep this Flood Pits Drowner for later. like just in case they play that frog. Oh, you're gonna pass the turn, are you? What does that mean? Okay, let's attack for 3. You're gonna do something at instant speed. You want to counterspell something? And I think I'm just gonna pass. I smell a mystical dispute. If I've ever smelled one before. Okay. Well, if you have Mystical Dispute, I think I'd just rather you burn it on this Flood Pits Drowner. Okay, sack, choose one. Destroy an land, if I draw a card, then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield for 2 mana. Sure. The hell is this? Oh, counter target spell with mana value 2 or less. Oh, damn. I got here. Alright, you got me. Got another Hex Catcher, though. Okay, so I can attack for 3, play Sentinel. Sure. And the Sentinel hopefully will buff up my creatures to get through that stupid maw crap. Also, might help us curve out so that we can get to our collected company. Here comes the maw! But only coming to stun my stuff, that's fine. Cool. So I think I'm gonna attack for 3 first. If the maw blocks, we'll play Hex Catcher. And then maybe play a map token post-combat. If they don't block, then I will just hold up. Actually, I'm not going to hold up Collected Company. We're just going to play Collected Company. Okay, that's fine. And we're not going to wait here. Can I hit 2 creatures, please? These collected companies are so bad. They have been terrible. Wow, this playtesting is awful. So we've had one collected company that was like, so we had one collected company where we hit 2 creatures, 2 collected companies where we hit 1 creature, and 1 collected company where we hit 0. That is extremely bad value. I guess we got to go down to 2 collected companies. This is unplayable, in my opinion. Okay, Yorion in hand. Oh, perfect. That was really good. That was incredibly good. All right, now we're just going off now. So we're going to tap Hex Catcher. To make a token. We'll attack with both Kumena and Kumena Tyrant of Vraska and Kumena Speaker. This buffs. Yeah, I can kill the Dreadmaw. What do we have here? Instant speed something. Destroy target enchantment? Not on my watch. Not on my watch, that's for sure. Okay, so we're going to, again, make Kumena, or can I tap 3 to draw a card? Just trying to see how do I maximize my tokens and draw a card and sacrifice the tokens at the same time. Sort of looks like I can't. Okay, so we are gonna activate this. What's going on here? Oh, tap. Oh, come on, cancel. Tap another Merfolk. Can't be blocked this turn. Then I think I have to tap 3. Yeah, I guess I just... Do I just not get in damage with this card this turn? I would really like to, if I can. Oh, this thing can destroy... Can't this thing destroy enchantments? Destroy target enchantment for 2 mana. I couldn't even... couldn't even do anything about that one. Okay, let's maximize maybe the tokens on the battlefield. Or maybe not. Let's... Okay, screw it. If I really want to attack with this Kamena Speaker and kill off this Dreadmaw so that Yorion doesn't do any shenanigans here. And the blocks here are poor. Like, they can double block, that's fine. I'll just kill off this Dreadmaw. You're still assigning. You still assign stuff these days. And the opponent is just borderline lost here. They've got no board. They got a Yorion in hand. I have a huge board. Oh, you're still killing this thing off. Well, okay, I can't do anything about that. Or I can, but I don't want to. Next turn, it looks like I can just serve with the team. What else do these things do? Creature with flying, destroys enchantments, draw a card, create a food token. Guess they're going to make a food token. Let's buff up a Hex Catcher. Just in case that matters, Sentinel is on top. I won't put it in the graveyard, I'll keep that. Let's just attack with everything. Hit 4 or 5. It's lethal. It's lethal if there's no good answer here. I mean, they have 4 mana, though. Maybe I just have to experiment without Collected Company and just keep, like, just still play with Mind Singer in the sideboard. This is like, because this is not how I want to play with this card. This is not how I want to play with. I don't want Collected Company to be a type of card where I'm only getting 1 card out of it. You're gonna draw a card, put a land onto the battlefield. Don't you die here? You're taking 8. 8? Yeah, take 8. Okay, we win the match. All right, I have no idea what our matchup is like here. I imagine if we're on the draw, maybe it's a tough time, but I'm not 100% certain. Game 2, I sort of screwed up deciding out the Sentinel. I didn't know how important it would be to like buff our creatures with map tokens, because if we could have done that in Game 1, sorry, in Game 2, then probably we could have comfortably won that game. But maybe it's not as easy as I think, because they also brought in this Patch Paw formation card, which can blow up our copters and so on. Anyway, that was round 3. Let's move on to round 4. Here for round 4, we're on the draw, but we have a pretty decent hand on the draw, so we're going to keep this. I have a turn 1, probably Kamena Speaker. into turn 2 either Deeproot Pilgrimage or Vidalian Hexcatcher. Depending on what our opponent plays. We might do one, we might do the other. Oh, by the way, I was thinking about how to make the Cocos better in this deck. Probably adding a bunch of Glasspool Mimics would be a huge deal. Ooh, the Heartfire Hero. Interesting. Okay, so this is the new... okay, we're finally up against Prowess, which is good because I want to know how well we're going to do versus Prowess. Now, given that this is Prowess, I think I'm going to want to play Cenote Scout first for the chance of having a 2/2 creature on turn 1. I don't have a 2/2 creature if I play Comena Speaker. And then I think my blocks will be better if I have a 2/2 instead of a 1/1. In my opinion. Anyway, I'll still try to block if possible, and if they want to pump up their Heartfire Hero, that's fine with me. What's it gonna be here? The Manifold Mouse. Target creature gains what? Double strike? Hold on, what does this thing do? At the beginning of your combat in your turn, target mouse you control gains your choice of double strike or trample. Oh, that's not good. Holy crap! I'm gonna get hit for 4. Okay, so now what is this? This is still... Oh, it's a 1/2. Which is a bit ugly, because I can't really attack into that thing. Even if I wanted to play Deeproot Pilgrimage. Now this is where I wish I had Commander Speak on turn 1. Well, I can still... attack for what? I can attack for... I still can attack for 2, I guess. I mean, they're not going to block. They shouldn't block. Do I want to get... I'm not going to... Okay, I'm not going to do anything. I'm actually just going to pass. And the reason I'm going to do this is they're going to be way more paranoid when I have 2 mana up to do anything. When you have a bunch of mana up, the Prowess deck is like a little bit more hesitant to like go all in on a creature because, you know, I could like Petty Theft or maybe, what else could I do? Maybe Merfolk Trickster block or something? Well, I have to do that pre-combat, but for as long as you have mana up, a Prowess deck is going to be more paranoid about going all in on a particular creature with pump spells. Because if you disrupt them, it's like a huge blowout. So I'm a little hesitant right now to tap out. I cannot do anything about this. Is this mono red? What does this guy do? It's got haste. Whenever prowess, haste. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked. Maybe I should have just been on pure defense. Okay, this thing is going to have double strike. I'm going to get hit for arguably a lot. Valiant. Whenever this challenger becomes the target of a spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, exile the top card of your library until end of turn. You may play that card. So I think the card that they're most concerned about right now would be Merfolk Trickster, which is like a very typical, you know, type of card. So they're definitely not going to attack with the Manifold Mouse. All right, they decided to attack with the Manifold Mouse. I can't actually block anything. So this is going to be 6. I'm going to take 9 damage here. Yeah, wish I kept this Cenote Scout untapped just so I could at least block something. Well, we do need to get some tokens on the battlefield, and also we need to dig for like some good creatures here. So let's play Cenote Scout. We found Deeproot Pilgrimage on the top. It's not bad. It's not bad. Put the real card in the graveyard? No. Well, I guess we'll keep that. Play another Pilgrimage. And I guess I'll just attack with the Hexcatcher and leave everything on blocking duty for the future. And so long as our opponent doesn't have any flyers, maybe we're going to be okay. Because when we get the second Pilgrimage out, we'll make 2 tokens a turn. And then we'll have a big army on the battlefield. Anyway, like we can still get blown out by anything that gives... well, I mean, this thing can give trample immediately. It can give trample and what's it called? Does this thing get trample? Oh no, this thing gets... Okay, this is a card advantage card. This is the trampler. No, sorry. This thing gives double strike trample. Their choice. So trample plus, what's it called? What is this going to get this time? It's got to be trample this time, right? No, double strike. Oh, they're going to give trample through that madness card, which is fine, actually, because we do have the hex catcher right now to block it. Or so, I mean, to counter it. Hexcatcher is going to work out pretty well here, in fact, because as we make a lot more tokens with Deeproot Pilgrimage, they're going to be having a really hard time getting any creatures, getting any spells to resolve. I'm thinking they're thinking maybe they're thinking to play some spells pre-combat, force me to sack some creatures. But the next turn when we play Deeproot Pilgrimage, we're going to have a lot of creatures. And we're going to have like 2 Command Speakers being played on the same turn. Because if they play their spells pre-combat, then I got to sack spells. Okay, interesting. This doesn't have trample at the moment, right? Okay, so we're going to go to blocks. I expect that this thing is going to die. Oh, it has prowess. Okay, I definitely want it to die, though. And we'll block here. Seems easy enough. Maybe I should have just let this thing through. Oh, this is a problem. Because now if I have to counter anything, one of these is definitely going to kill this thing, I think. I'm hoping if they tap out for anything, oh, it's only 1 mana. Okay, so this gets prowess. Yeah, I have regrets. Because I need a creature to attack with next turn. I can't attack with a hex catcher. I should just block this double striker. Okay, hold on. How bad is this going to be if I sack everything? If I sacrifice this token, if it gets plus, okay, if it's okay, let's say it's +6 and trample. No, it's +3, so it's gonna have 7. That's 14. Yeah, I have to counter this. I have no choice. I had to take the damage from this thing. Whatever it was going to be. I could chump block this, and then that would have been fine. Or even chump block with maybe one of these. But now, to live, I need to lose all this stuff. So these trade. But I have no good attack next turn. Womp womp. Okay, so we're just going to play a bunch of Kamena Speakers. Get no tokens, pass. Yeah, if I could attack once, probably it's GG. Probably it's GG. Oh, is this another Monstrous Rage? So I have to sack another 2 creatures here. I screwed up this game. I'm just going to concede. I have to sack 2 creatures to survive, and I just can't come back. Or it's going to be really hard. Oh, no! Oh, no, hold on. I have to sack 2 creatures, then I have to chump block. So, because they're and then I'd still be in really bad shape. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I conceded prematurely. Okay, we're gonna bring in Tidebinder Mage. Definitely gonna bring in the Mind Slinger. I'm gonna take out. Not a huge fan of actually Sentinel the Nameless City. It's actually not that good to block. It's not that easy to block at all. Take out Smuggler's Copter. Very hard to block with that card too. Keep Deeproot Pilgrimage because of the synergy that you saw. I'm like 99% certain we could win that game if I don't double block that other prowess creature. I forgot that the prowess buffed it up, and that if I also forgot the casting cost of Monstrous Rage. I thought it was 2 mana instead of 1. I think I'm thinking of there's some other card that gives +3/+3 in trample. So yeah, I messed that up as well. Tishana's Tidebinder, very awkward. Maybe it's good. I like Brazen Borrower for the bounce. Okay, I'm going to get rid of some Tidebinders. I'm going to keep Commander just for that synergy with Deeper Pilgrimage. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure we would have won that game, but we were in really, really good shape. Really good shape. Hand is good, I think. Looks good. I guess we're going to start off with Cavernous Souls Merfolk, pass, and then see how we want to use this. Because we might need the green source for Collected Company somewhere down the line. And this is actually like one of the main reasons you would want to play with Collected Company is this matchup. Because you could be falling behind on board, and then all of a sudden you Collected Company into like complete gas, and then you're just completely winning. Hopefully this hand is powerful. I mean, look at this. We can steal creature, we can slow creature, we can tap creature down. This is not a bad hand. And these decks, they've got like more pump spells than they have removal. So, I mean, things might change after sideboard, but you can sort of rely on your creatures sticking to the board. Merfolk and pass. So for example, if we draw an island, I would rather play the island for the turn instead of our Bark Channel Pathway. We might need that green source down the line. But this matchup is the test. This is the test, really. This is like the sole reason I'm playing Coco. Is this matchup. Is it worth it or is it not? Same thing with the Vidalian Mindsinger. This is the sole matchup for this card. I mean, I can bring this in versus other decks, but like this is it. Right here. Versus these aggro red decks. I think our opponent is multi-queuing. I don't know how to put it. Control players are faster than red players. They like the red players, they think they're playing a fast deck so that they can like multi-queue and play a lot of games at once, but they end up being the absolute slowest players on the Magic the Gathering online platform. I wish there was like something better to do to force them to play, like put a short like if you are multi-queuing, you have a shorter time how do I put it? You have a shorter clock. Like you can't be inactive for too long. I personally don't mind when players have a long decision. You can take 4 turns to do whatever you want, but when you have no game action, nothing, I wish things were faster. Okay, our opponent didn't put anything in play, so Tidebinder Mage at the moment is useless. So do we need to have blue source in play yet? Just in case we don't draw a blue source, let's put a blue source in play for a Deep Root Pilgrimage, and we'll just pass with Flood Pit's Drowner up. Very likely something's going to get cast here. Unfortunately, with a +1/+1 counter, so I'm very unlikely to steal it with the Videlian Mindsinger. Very unlikely. But we do have the combo. We do have like Deep Root Pilgrimage and Kumena, Tyrant of Vraska in the same hand. So that's good news. All we need is Hexcatcher. Hexcatcher, Deep Root Pilgrimage, and Kumena is like... I'm not going to say it's a complete lock in this matchup, because they could have some sort of unblockable Slickshot Showdown. Here comes Heartfire Hero. They want to hold priority on the stack. Now the problem with like multi-cures is like I don't even know if this is something they want, like Magic Online wants to dissuade, because I'm pretty sure it just makes them more money when players are multi-queuing. But like this is just a sort of an annoying play experience for an eternity. Now it's possible that they're dealing with something at home, like the kid is running around or something, and they have to deal with the kid. But you know, nine times out of 10, it's just multi-queuing. So even if our opponent is not multi-queuing, I just want to complain about the multi-queuers anyway. They have 1 mana up for something. But I got something. I have a Flood Pit's Drowner. You like counters on your cards? Well, this card will give you a counter. You have all sorts of counters on your card now. You're gonna kill this thing? Well, that's fine. Because it's not going to hit my Tidebinder Mage in the future. Deep Root Pilgrimage. The problem is, I don't really want to hit this card with my Tidebinder Mage. It already has a stun counter on it, right? Yeah, it has a stun counter. Maybe we take a turn off to play Deep Root Pilgrimage right now. As like sad of a play as that is. I just have nothing to do with my mana at the moment. So ideal would be we curve out now into this collected company. That would be ideal. Next turn I'm going to play Tidebinder Mage on probably this thing. Okay, Swift Spear. Or maybe I'll Tidebinder Mage this. They don't have lethal yet. Okay, we draw another land, which is not a green source. So if we try to go for Videlian Mindsinger on the Swift Spear, not going to work so well. Not going to work so well. Okay, Merfolk. Hold on, maybe I could play Kumena. Yeah, I like that. Let's play Kumena first. And let's hope we don't die next turn. Also, this thing doesn't die to Reckless Rage. Oh no, it does die. Huh. This is basically just red removal in this matchup. But if that is true, okay, if they do have Reckless Rage, that's not bad because we have Tidebinder Mage here. Interesting that it's played now, or does it trigger here when it dies? becomes target of a spell or ability. Oh, okay. So they're just buffing it until end of turn. No, but if they did it on their turn, they also got a buff from Swift Spear. Here come the clowns. I'm defenseless. You got lethal, you got lethal. Turn 4 kill? No. What is it, a bunch of removal? Oh, it's more creatures? Another Deep Root Pilgrimage. There's only 3 in the deck. There's only 3 in the deck. Okay, what can I do here? I can steal Swift Spear. It's not particularly useful for me. What does this card do? When a creature you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control other than that creature. So if I tied Binder Mage this thing, they buff up something else. And the problem is if I tide Binder Mage this, no, I need to steal this. We need to steal. We need to swipe something. So I'm going to swipe the 1/1, which triggers this. Does this also have the same ability? So they get to buff. Oh man, I'm really toast. This didn't work out at all. This didn't work. This did not work out at all. This is terrible. Am I just dead on board? Looks pretty close. Like Deep Root Pilgrimage, especially in the prowess matchup, you only want to see... There's... Oh no, this is Play with Fire. I thought this was another Reckless Rage. You only really want to see 1 Deep Root Pilgrimage. You don't want to see more than 1. Okay, I'm just dead. Alright, well, that did not feel good at all. That was terrible. Anyway, that was round 4. Moving on to round 5. Here for round 5, we won the die roll. Hand's not particularly exciting, to be honest, but I'm going to keep it. It has a decent curve, though. We can go turn 1 Breeding Pool, probably turn 2 Smuggler's Copter, turn 3 play this on the blue side, and then either Petty Theft or Brazen Bar, and then we can Collected Company. Ooh, is it Phoenix? I haven't played against this in a while. Have not played against this in a hot minute. Oh, yeah, very well timed, Commander Speaker. I love the turn 2 Commander Speaker. I love it. Now, that being said, we can probably make use out of this card on turn 3. What is this? Okay, this is apparently the card that's broken. So they don't even play Ledger Shredder because of this card. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Well, that's pretty good. And then if a source you control would deal non-combat damage to an opponent or permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage +2 instead. Okay, so what you're telling me, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. I think I'm going to Petty Theft this. It seems like, almost feels like a Time Walk. Hold on, cancel. Let's put this on blue. I think I'm going to Petty Theft this. That feels like a Time Walk. And we can play our Commander Speaker. You know what, Commander Speaker? You're better than I thought. You are much better than I thought you were. Okay, we're going to draw and discard a card. Dump Ottawa. I don't think we need that. Pass. And then next turn, maybe Collected Company or Hexcatcher. Both are pretty decent options. Interesting, interesting. So, you want to kill my copter? What do you want to do? feel like Cocoing here. I mean, that's just the best use of my mana, and the next turn I can play Hexcatcher and the Brazen Borrower at the same time. It feels like they're waiting to snipe off my Smuggler's Copter at the moment. I can Collected Company get more information. There is a bit of a Okay, you know what? I'm not. I'm going to just attack for 2. If nothing happens, I deal 2 damage. Maybe I even get Brazen Borrower in. But, like, they have Spell Pierce for potentially Collected Company. So I might want to wait for my opponent to, like, tap out a little bit. Okay, and so they have tapped out, and now we get to play Collected Company. Oops. Oops. Stop. Put a stop at my turn. Okay, Collected Company while they're tapped out. Damn, I should have done it with on the stack. Okay, we'll get Sentinel, and I suppose because I could have hit this. I could have Tishana's Tidebinder the talent. I didn't think about that. We'll get a Cenote Scout, I guess. Or do I just want a random 3/2 on the battlefield? Ah, well, we'll just get these things. Cenote Scout can get us more cards. Oh, any order on this? We got 2 cards off of our Collected Company. Yay! That was awesome. They put Temporal Mastery in this. Oh, they did dump Spell Pierce. I don't know if that was off the top of their deck. What was on the top of our deck? Deeproot Pilgrimage? Oh, we'll absolutely keep that. Put that in graveyard? Absolutely not. That plus Hexcatcher backup for following turns? It's game over. That's probably game over. I feel in the graveyard, that's for sure. And they don't even know we have Hexcatcher in our hand. Not yet, at least. Stern Dismissal? Sure. What the hell are they doing with this card? Treasure Cruise? Get 1 Phoenix or something? Yep. Get a Phoenix. Kill off a creature. Let's see who's going to win this race. Oh, you think it's going to be you? You think it's going to be you, do you? Okay, so we do have the Deeproot Pilgrimage. And I do believe... Okay, I think we're going to take 2 damage here. The point being to activate the Mutavault, to tap it, to play our Hexcatcher. Unfortunately, our opponent did... I don't know if I can actually protect everything here. Sadly. Because 1 removal spell kills the Hexcatcher. But I'll just pass the turn with this. We did the best we could do. If they have 1 removal spell, Hexcatcher dies. Okay, we're gonna let that resolve. This is good. Okay, so we're invincible now. We'll counter this. You have no Mac. Oh, they let it die now. Sleight of hand. You can have sleight of hand. That's fine. And I get to attack with a token this next turn. we're going to make a million tokens. Each Mutavault represents a token because we'll activate Mutavault, tap for mana, activate the other Mutavault, tap for mana, cast Sentinel, tap everything, really. Tap for 2. Hopefully that's good enough. I mean, so long as we have more tokens and as long as we have more creatures on the battlefield than they have lands, nothing resolves. Although probably I shouldn't attack because they could end up casting enough stuff. So I guess maybe it's just in our best interest to just build a giant Merfolk wall army. Another copter. Or is there anything to just attack with a bunch of stuff and end this game? So like even if they block copter, is that even a big deal at this point? I'll have so many creatures on the battlefield. So I could play Sentinel, crew copter, attack with Commander Speaker, copter, this token. They'll take at least 8 damage, go to 7. I'll have how many more tokens on the battlefield? 1, 2, 3, 4. They have to be dead, right? Yeah, I think we'll just go for the kill. Seems pretty reasonable. I accidentally skipped to my... Anyway, I screwed up. Well, now what do I do? I really screwed up. That was really bad. I skipped through my main phase somehow. It's too many triggers. Well, now what? Second main. Backspace. All right. Yeah, I completely screwed that up. But we're in a commanding position, so who cares? I want to crew 1. Yes. Crew 1. Done. And now I'm going to sack the map onto my copter. Paying 1 from this thing. Got a land, which can make me help cast my other map token onto my copter. Got another land. Okay, pass. The important thing is nothing's getting cast this turn. That's the important thing. They need to make land. They actually desperately need to make land drops. Fiery Impulse on what? My Hex Catcher? Alright. I'll sack a million tokens for it. We're in control. We are in control, I think. Let's just not lose control. We need to command a Tyrant of Vraska so we can, like, get more value off of these tokens. Draw cards while we sacrifice them. They've chosen not to cast anything else this turn. What are they putting in the graveyard? Arson. Okay, opt. Yeah, you can have an opt. Can you find like another something? Okay, I'm going to counter that. I don't want you to keep bouncing my crap into the Flood Maw. Okay, hopefully now is going to be the turn. We get to attack with a bunch of stuff. Oh, that makes things even easier. Okay, let's just bounce this stupid card. Okay, they resigned. Do I have just lethal here? This is 3, 6, 9. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, begin sideboarding. I don't remember how I sideboard in this matchup. Okay, Vidali might... I do remember I was bringing Mystical Dispute, though. I think that's it. Do I want Collected Company? I think so. Smuggler's Copter is useful. I remember I still want to be aggro. Flood Pit's Drowner probably is still useful. Tishana's Tiebinder. I don't know if that's more or less useful now. The Sentinels are good because if they're bringing Rending Volley, that's useless. And Sentinel and Kumena can only die to... What's it called? Sentinel and Kumena can only die to Lightning Axe. Flood Pit's Drowner might be a little up in the air. Brazen Bar also might be up in the air. This is just harder to cast. Can only fly. What are the only creatures in this deck now? They have Phoenix and maybe nothing else. Actually, hold on. I'm taking out creatures. Okay, I have to take out the Collected Companies then. If I'm bringing in creatures. Okay, I'll bring in a Tishana's Tieborn and I'll get rid of the last Coco. As much as I like Coco, if you're bringing in counter spells, you have to take the Cocos out. You're just diluting your creature base too much. I don't even know what to hit with this Mystical Dispute though, because in the past I would hit a Ledger Shredder, and now they're playing with this Artisan card, which is just not something I can hit. Maybe Tishana's Tidebinder Mage is better than Tishana's Tidebinder, because they might bring in Crackling Drake. Although Tishana's Tidebinder is fine versus Crackling Drake. But Tidebinder Mage just taps it down completely. But then again, we have Mystical Dispute. One way or another, I think we're getting a really good smattering of different archetypes in this league. Many different archetypes. Our hand's a hand, I'll keep it. Last I knew, Anger the Gods was like a pretty default card in the sideboard. Maybe now it's Pyroclasm. Oh, I got a blue up, huh? You want to counter spell something? You want to Mystical Dispute something? Oh, ooh, Command Speaker. Maybe we go Command Speaker turn 1, and then we'll play Cenote Scout on a future turn. We could play Cenote Scout next turn, in fact. It's just that I don't need cards right now. I don't know what we need. So a decent looking line is we go turn 1... Sorry, we go turn 2 Cenote Scout and hold up a blue for this Mystical Dispute. Attack for 2. They paid a red for that. Deep-Root Pilgrimage, we'll keep that. Put in the graveyard? No, we'll keep that. That seems okay. And my general philosophy is... Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, that's the other creature they have in their deck. You want to burn your Mystical Dispute on anything. Like, especially even if they played Consider, I would just snap hit it with Mystical Dispute. Like, the more cards that they put in their graveyard, the better off this deck is overall, by a huge margin. Mystical Dispute is up. Maybe we will just do nothing, though. I don't need the Dispute up right now. Let's just attack for 4. When I have 4 mana, I might be more comfortable to play Deep-Root Pilgrimage. They did nothing. Wow. No burn spells, no nothing. Anger of the Gods. Sure. Angered away. Now question is, what do I do now? Feels like the best thing I should be doing is actually playing this Brazen Bar. If I play Floodpit's Drowner, it doesn't do anything. Okay, this is not a Merfolk that taps for Deep-Root Pilgrimage. This is not a Merfolk that taps for Deep-Root Pilgrimage. This one is, but has a really nice unique ability that I want to use on like a Phoenix or something. Okay, let's just cast this card as a 3/1 beater. Is there a Mystical Dispute here? No, there's a Mystical Dispute. That's fine. Ooh, we have our own Mystical Dispute now. Can we snag a Treasure Cruise? Their hand is really slow. Interesting. So we can Floodpit's Drowner this thing. Yeah, I think we want to Floodpit's Drowner this. That seems okay. Fortunately, Vigilance. Bad synergy with our Deep-Root Pilgrimage. See if we can draw land off of the Cenote Scout. Kamena's Speaker. Put in the graveyard? Yeah, we can put that in the graveyard. And I'm a little paranoid about what's coming in the future, so we'll hold up this Mystical Dispute. Like, again, like, if they go for Treasure Cruise, I really want to nail that. Their hand's clunky, that's for sure. I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine going for Deep-Root Pilgrimage here. But they seem to have like a counter spell. So if they got a counter spell, though they might have a counter spell for blue cards, like another Mystical Dispute. Maybe they don't have a counter spell for a Copter. So let's attack first. See how they react. Gonna Lightning Axe this thing. Okay. It's dead. I hit you for 2. Okay, follow it up with a Copter, which resolves. Well, now the Treasure Cruise is very easy to cast. It sort of looks like, I guess from their perspective, it sort of looks like we have Mystical Dispute. Maybe I should have just disputed so they can't even play that many cards this turn. Okay. Ooh, another Arclight Phoenix. That could be a problem. Okay, no more Mystical Disputes for you. Okay, they're gonna get an Arclight Phoenix. They're gonna attack me for 6. It'd be really nice to draw. It'd be really nice to draw that Kamena, Tyrant of Erasca now. Or sorry, a Kamena Speaker. Not Kamena Speaker. All right, we go. I guess we go to Shanda's Tiebinder. Gotta do something. The heat's on. It's not a bad card. Can win us the game, potentially. So you got to remember, they have Anger of the Gods. Anger of the Gods is in the deck. Another Treasure Cruise. Cruising for a bruising. Another Lightning Axe. Attack for 6. Oh, attack for 3? Well, that's actually good for us. We'll just play this and pass, I suppose. Or do I attack, lose the copter, and then it's just going to be... I mean, of course the Phoenix could come back. That would be super annoying. No, maybe we're just going to pass. If they attack, I will actually try to block and then try to race them with this Sentinel. It's also possible that we could map our copter. Ops. 0 top, 1 bottom. So they're digging. They're not really finding what they want. Okay, I will attempt to block this thing. Partially because we have another copter in our hand. Mystical Dispute. I think I'll just drop it. Trying to figure out what's the best way to start this whole thing off. Hold on, if you have Spell Pierce, how do I want to do this? I don't know why they would have Spell Pierce right now. What do they know about my hand? Do they know about this Deep Root Pilgrimage? I doubt it. Okay, is this going to hit Mystical Dispute? Okay, it does. I will not pay for this because I can't. Into the Flood Maw? Oh, that sucks. Do I get a fish? I get no fish. Get a copter, though. Now, good thing is that was a spell they can't play this turn. Okay, that's great. Okay, so that's one less spell for Arclight Phoenix. Free the Fae. Okay, that's not good. That's going to be really bad real fast. What do they even find? Sleight of Hand. Okay, that's not 3 instants or sorceries, so that's some good news. But they freely attack with their Arclight Phoenix. Okay, we play our Sentinel. Let's get a map. Let's map our Sentinel. Brazen Borrower, that's great. Put in the graveyard. No, I'll keep that. Do I want to get out of Lightning Axe range? Maybe. How many Lightning Axes are left? 1, 2. There's 1 left in the deck. I sort of want to give this thing to the copter, but I can't activate the copter and then reactivate it later. Okay, can get out of range of everything. Okay, pass. They have perfect information. You know everything, opponent. You know everything about me. Oh, I can't believe you found Treasure Cruise. This is the 3rd Treasure Cruise this game. Actually, I don't know what they got with the Picklock Prankster. Maybe they got Treasure Cruise. Okay, Lightning Axe. Oh, they have 2 Lightning Axes or something? Or they just wanted to play a spell to get another Arclight Phoenix on board? 0 top, 1 bottom. Did they shoot this thing not knowing it didn't die? What's going on here? Okay, so Arclight Phoenix comes back. Oh, this thing will kill me. Okay, yeah, I'm dead. Assuming they attack with everything. so close yet so far. What are they thinking about? Do I want to change anything? Not really. I don't think I want to change anything. It's possible Tidebinder Mage is worth something just to tap down the stupid... Is it better than Brazen Borrower? Just tap down Phoenix? They can just kill it. What would be great, though, is if they anger the gods, they have to anger the gods their own Phoenix away. That's great. Whatever. I'll just keep it as it is. I'm confident in the deck. We were pretty close to winning. Hand is quite good. Keep. Turn 1 Speaker, turn 2 Copter. Turn 3 maybe Hexcatcher, maybe Floodpit's Drowner. Problem is mulligan to 5. That's also good. I think there's a decent chance I'll play Breeding Pool next turn. Untap just to deal an extra 1 damage. Okay, we'll start off by attacking for 2. If they try to kill our Kamena Speaker, say with a 2 damage spell, then we can counter it with just flash in a Hexcatcher. But anyway, that didn't happen, so I'll follow it up with Smuggler's Copter. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so they hit with Fiery Impulse. They didn't want to do it pre-combat. Post-combat was good, though. Free the Fae. Finds Lightning Axe, probably. Oh, they took the Opt. They opted for Opt. Not a bad choice. Well, now I'm going to free the Fae. This is my Fae now. Do they have an Arclight Phoenix? They do have an Arclight Phoenix in the graveyard. Crew with my Brazen Borrower. So now if they anger the gods, we get to keep our Copter. I think I'll dump a Copter. Keep a Cenote Scout. Spell number 1. Spell number... Oh, that's it. Ends right there. Ooh! Ooh! That's great. Okay, how to go about this now? Well, probably just in the most basic way possible. That's going to be very close to over. I should have played the Cenote Scout first. Yeah, I'm an idiot, because I could have... Well, if there was a land on top. I just realized if there was a land on top, I could have exchanged it for a land. There is no land on top, but still, I should have played the Cenote Scout first. Sort of want to keep the Floodpit's Drowner for the Arclight Phoenix. That's very likely to come back. Okay, so I'll dump the Kamena Speaker. And we'll overcrew Copter. Oh, it's turn 4. Okay, and I'm just going to pass the turn. Then hopefully next turn. Hopefully, if we can get Hexcatcher in play, should be just... The game is just over. What is this for 4 mana? Oh, Treasure Cruise? That's fine. Okay, game over. GG, good game. Well played. Probably I shouldn't be so arrogant, but... okay, so we'll shock ourselves. I think I just Floodpit's Drowner this thing and then send in everybody. Yeah, okay. They just conceded. Yeah, that was too much. Too much for them. It was too much. Okay, so now the real question is what to do about this deck. It's not there yet. So I'm wondering, the alternative way of playing this is maybe remove 2 Mutavaults. Like the collect. I mean, I don't have to play for Collected Company, right? Like I don't have to do that. But if I want to do that, so what is it? Glass Pool Mimic probably needs to be added to the deck to make the Cocos a little bit more consistent. It's important to note that you do need a creature in play for Glasspool Mimic to do anything, and I think 3 glass. So what would happen is I have 21 lands in the deck, so I can curve into my 2-drops reliably, and not taking away any of the colored sources away. So we should be able to curve into all the color, everything still very well with the Glasspool Mimics. We actually have a lot less 1-drops in this build, so the Glasspool Mimic could be easily played on turn 1. Not to mention, I think there's a lot of good stuff to copy. Copying a Flood Pits Drowner is good. Copying our Hexcatcher is decent. Copying a Sentinel is great. Even like post-board, maybe hitting a Mindslinger and a Tidebinder Mage. So maybe I'll play some games with this. If this really doesn't work out, then I don't know what to do versus Prowess, except hope I don't play versus it, because that is my only problem in Selesnya Company and Prowess are my main problems in this metagame, and I'm just looking for some way to even the odds. And maybe Prowess is impossible. Maybe Prowess is impossible, and this is just a foregone conclusion. I should just hope to play against Rakdos, mid-range, and Control, and Nivtalite, and like all the other decks in the metagame. Maybe that's just what I have to hope for. But I also would like to hope for that Collected Company actually does something in this meta like that. That's what I'm also hoping for. I'm hoping that's something good. If there's any other reasonable cards you can think of versus Selesnya Company or Prowess, I'm all ears. But anyway, the Selesnya Company deck actually felt like it was like pretty evenish, more even than I would think. The Rakdos Prowess deck, maybe it's going to be hard no matter what. So if I can get 50% against that deck somehow, that'd be perfect. Anyway, we got a 3-2 with the Coco build. I have nothing else to say about this deck. If you like Pioneer Merfolk, give the thumbs up. Pioneer for life. We're gonna die with Pioneer Merfolk, or die Merfolk, or die trying. Anyway, take care, guys. See you next time.